Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, when you hear your politicians telling you free this and free that, free healthcare, free education, free this and free that, free money and free meal, that's never free. Someone pays for that. Okay, so let's get that straight from the very beginning. The thing is, the person who pays for that pays voluntarily or pays because it's constrained to pay. And if not, it's going to go to jail. So you see, when you see these programs for people that need programs because they can't find a job somehow, okay, let's say it straight, okay? And they get money. Where do you think money comes from? It's just from the government, like go to the bathroom, each official takes a poop and gets some money from the toilet and gives it? Do you think that's the money are made and by the government? No, the money is taken forcefully from other people. They are not asked. The people are not asked, hey, you want to give the money to that family, to that guy? You want to give it to that guy? You want to give it to that woman? You got to give it to that family? You got to give it to that family with 7 children and with 5 fathers that are 3 in prison and the other ones, you don't, the fuck knows where they are. You want to give them? Huh? I wouldn't. I would like to know more. Before I give someone money, I would like to know if that person is like this, like that. I don't want other people to determine where my money goes. But you take my money forcefully. Okay? So I don't think that's just. In this case, we have Kosovo. Kosovo, the European Union, and money. Can you guess what's going on here? The European Union will give Kosovo money, millions of dollars. From whom? Okay, that's the first question. From whom and why? All right? And how much, obviously. So, this article comes from Sputnik. And it is from today, the 27th of October 2022. EU, European Union, to provide Kosovo with $75.3 million in grants to curb energy crisis. Von der Leyen. Okay, she's gonna provide grants, all right? 75.3 million. Okay, who's gonna pay for that? Kosovo? Okay. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said on Thursday that the European Union will send 75.3 million in financial support to Kosovo to mitigate the impact of rising energy prices. Oh, why? The thing is like this. Why the energy prices are up? Is it because of Kosovo? No. Is it because Ursula and her guys? Yes. Is it because Russia? No. Why is it not because Russia? Because if these guys would not have implemented sanctions on Russia, then you can consider Russia bad. But that's their thing with Ukraine, supposedly. It's the United States actually, but we know that, right? So that could have occurred without the sanctions. So Ursula and the other weasels imposed sanctions on Russia and on energy and all that jumped up. Among other programs during the COVID. Remember those ones? Okay, now, that's why inflation in the energy right now are skyrocketing. So the guys who are actually the guilty ones, the people who are responsible for what's going on here, they will get the European Union in debt to come to help, quote unquote, Kosovo. I remember Kosovo being in the European Union. Do you remember that? I must have missed that little detail. So nevertheless, they give money to these guys to help those guys cope with the high energy prices that were due to what? To the sanctions these guys placed on the Russians and the Americans and all that. That affected everybody else, including Kosovo. Kosovo is a victim here. It is. I have no problem with that. It's a victim. I'm not a problem with her being a victim. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there's no argument that Kosovo is not a victim. It's a victim. But it's a victim of the exact people who supposedly come now and help. But the problem is they don't help from their purses and pockets. They help from other people's pockets. So the money that's going to go to Kosovo is not from a Von der Leyen little saving accounts because she's a nice lady. No, she's a nice lady with other people's money that were forcefully taken or they will be taken to pay for the loan that von der Leyen, being such a nice lady, takes in their name because she has to fix shit that she and her weasels created. So how is that logical? It's not logical. It's thievery right there. It's robbery. Not even Robin Hood. Because in Robin Hood you had the rich and you had the poor and you had the in-between. Was it fair? No, I don't think it was fair. But anyway, let's get Robin Hood took from this and gave over there. Okay, even though Robin Hood did not take from himself. But he at least risked his life to fight the rich or the whatever, the oppressors, and give it to the oppressed. Alright, that's it. But in this case, she's not Robin Hood. She's the one who created the rich people. In this case, she created the situation where she's going to get from the rich people, the bankers. She's going to ask, and it's going to be the nice person giving. She's not going to be affected with nothing. She's not going to be kicked out of the office. She's not going to be taken out of the office whatsoever. She's going to appear as being a savior, actually, to Kosovarians or Albanians or whatever you want to call them. Right now, you need immediate support, immediate financial budget support. So we will grant 75 million euros to the immediate support of vulnerable households. She's like a goddess. I hate these people. She thinks she's a goddess, and the Kosovarians or the Albanians are just some fucking poor retards. That's how she talks to them. And probably that's the way she thinks about them. Probably that's the key word. You know what I mean? We will grant that for immediate support of vulnerable households. We're so... but we created the whole problem, dude. That's why you're vulnerable. Vulnerable businesses, and we will finalize all the necessary procedures till the end of the year so you can get the funding as of January for your budget. Von der Leyen said during a joint press conference with Kosovar President Osmani in Pristina. See how nice she is with other people's money to help them for a problem she created and helping her bankers. It's unfucking believable. And the Kosovarian says, yes, thank you very much, give me more. Who's gonna pay for that? It could be two entities who will pay for that. Either it's gonna be Kosovarians or the Europeans, the countries, the citizens from countries that are part of European Union. One of the two, or maybe both. Why not? Not von der Leyen. She's gonna keep her chair. In addition, von der Leyen invited Kosovo to join the European gas purchase platform. Contra cost. Okay. On Wednesday, von der Leyen said that the EU would provide North Macedonia with 80 million euros in grants as part of support package for the Balkan states. From whom? The same thing. She invited North Macedonia to join the European joint procurement plan for gas. All right. So. And it says here that they limit gas, whatever they said. Last week, the European Commission proposed a mechanism to limit gas prices, which could be triggered when necessary. Following the announcement, the EU official Following the announcement, an EU official told reporter that not all member states on the EU supported the proposal. Of course they didn't support the proposal, because that means taking from them and giving to some others. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. It's taken from someone, given to someone else. The problem is that someone else will pay either with interest or nothing at all. Like here in the United States, you have programs, governmental programs. Who pays for that? Will they pay for that? No. And they're going to stay on governmental programs and have children and children and children. And don't work, and say, hey, I got 7 children. I can't work. What do you want me to do? Well, what the fuck? I like children too, but I don't have a football team. I could have a football team right now. But I was, how do you call it? Postpone gratification. Don't open my fucking and do this with whomever my thing got like that. Come on now. I mean, really. I was, I had self-respect as the first one. And then you have self-restraint. You're disciplined. You don't have these things, you're a child. But I pay, I work, she doesn't, or he doesn't. They just stay home, watch TV, and make more children. And they love families. And they're gonna outbreed me. What's gonna happen then? Who's gonna pay? Because we're gonna be bred out. I'm gonna die, my children will die. These producers, the people who produce in the society, they will die. They don't have 50 children. They will have 50 children. So who's going to work? Them? No. Watch that movie that I always was heartily recommend. It's called Idiocracy. Fantastic movie. That's exactly about this kind of thing. All right? It's a funny but real, you know? Thank you very much for being with me again today. North Macedonia and Kosovo get money. Yeah. 75 million and 80 million. From whom? From what? When? Mommy, Goddess Von der Leyen and her clique of weasels that rule over them. And we have other weasels who rule over us. One of them is semi-conscious. The other one is a lady of the night. See how nice? Lady of the night. And the other ones are just weasels. Kirby and Blinken and the other one. And then we have Anthony, what's his name? Not Anthony. Austin, and we have Millie, whatever his name is, generals, those generals that look like, I don't know, whatever. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth and be just.